What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's episode 250 of the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. I'm Mr. Cincinnati, and as always, I have the distinct pleasure of being joined by the podcast dad, Choops. Here we are, 250 fucking episodes.
Here we are, 250 episodes in. Who'd have thought? Not me.
I did.
No,
I had faith in this.
250?
Yes,
no,
you didn't
think 250.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Absolutely not.
Whatever. It's great to see you.
You're a lawyer, and I know you're lying.
That's not entirely fair. Yeah. All right. Well, nice to see you too. This never gets old. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Very, very special episode. So glad to share this with you and be here tonight. As always, make sure that you're following at Junkies Pod on X. I get it. Whatever. It's week 9 now. Okay. We're on to Las Vegas.
It's not going.
We're on to Las Vegas. Okay.
We're on to Jacksonville. So
you know what?
Another easy.
I hope that one of your kids marries a Cowboys fan. Anyway, make sure that you're following at Junkies Pod on X, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Make sure that you subscribe to our TikTok channels as well. Podcast Dad has like nothing on there, and I'm just scrolling on a bunch of random shit. So, yeah, we can at least say that we have it.
I have a picture on there.
You have a picture on there. Good for you. Even though it's an app about videos. Got it.
Oh, is that what this is about? I'm learning.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
I have 8 followers.
Okay. That's pretty solid. I've only got like 200 something. It's okay. It's
10 followers. Thank you. Actually.
There you go. All right. Most importantly, though, make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We need your help to get there. Chris, tell them that magic number, please.
One. Please tell one person if you like what we're doing here. Send them over here. Let's have some fun.
Yeah,
we're just a couple guys that just like to have some fun, talk some wrestling, bust each other's balls when our teams play. Just having a good time. That's all we want.
Yeah, I mean, there's no one else that I want to do this show with.
No one.
I mean that.
That was so convincing. I mean that.
While you're at it, make sure you're following our friends at the Main Event Wrestling Network at mainevent_net. If you want incredible podcasts, great blogs, fan art, memes, one-on-one conversations, just all good things professional wrestling and trying to re-inject some good vibes into the world of pro wrestling, check them out. Congratulations to the IW Guide podcast, our newest members of the crew. Cannot wait to see some more work with them. It's just an exciting time right now. So go show them some love on all social media platforms. And then while you're at it, holidays are around the corner. You might need some brand new merch. Get a Wrestling Junkies mug, buy a tank top, a hoodie, a beanie,
It's about 80 degrees.
Pretty sure they're saying,
what the hell is that?
I don't know. What?
80 degrees, and you want me to buy a beanie? Come on, we've talked about this.
Didn't you just buy a beanie last fucking week?
That was yesterday, buddy.
Again. Did you not just buy it?
That was
you just recently bought it, and you bought it, and you're talking people out of buying stuff from us.
Wow, no, buy our stuff.
Can't take you anywhere.
Everybody around the world is listening to us. It might be cold somewhere there. Yes, buy the beanie there if it's cold. Or if you're a cool guy and you like wearing it in the heat.
I'm not one of those people. I mean, I might do the cutoff hoodie thing, Randy style.
I bet you did. I bet you there have been times where you have.
No, Tully wears beanies in the heat.
Sounds like a different bond, but yes, go buy our stuff, guys.
What? Okay.
Hey,
you know what? All right.
Like I said,
okay, we're
friend over. Have some fun.
Yes, and then also make sure you're supporting our friends at Gorilla Press Apparel, gorillapressapparel.bigcartel.com. Use promo code WJP2024 for 25% off. Site-wide, there are new designs on the way. We have seen them. They're awesome. If you are a wrestler, if you're a promoter, manager, referee, you need some merch for those tables on the weekends, hit up Will, DM them on X at Gorilla Press APP. Incredible merch, fast turnaround time, some great guys to work with. Speaking of merch, I had my weekly conversation with the Good Doctor today, and he's got some goodies. He's getting ready to send this in the mail this week. So nice. We're going to be able to start watching our backs a little bit more.
I need it. I need it badly. I'm 30 years old and have severe back pain. Landon, if you're ever around in the area again, I will pay you good money.
You heard it here. Podcast dad is going to pay the good doctor to crack some backs. I like it.
I need it.
Yeah.
That means, hey, we're all. Sorry.
No. It's okay. Before we introduce our guest tonight, quick plug. Flying Fro, Michael Walker, the CEW Coastal Chaos Champion, will be joining me tomorrow night for a quick conversation. We are going to talk what
Still the Coastal Chaos Champion.
Yeah.
Thank you. Still.
Yeah.
Don't forget to add that part.
You know, Hakeem did his usual on Twitter today. Yeah, it's my time now. I couldn't get it done this time. Couldn't get it done the second time, but this time's going to be the charm sort of thing. You know, yeah.
Dude, you sound like a parent from Charlie Brown. That's all we hear.
Now it's just getting sad. You know, it's okay.
It's getting a little
okay.
desperate.
No,
it's reeking of desperation.
I'm pretty excited to talk to the Flying Fro about this rivalry and what we can expect at the end of the month at this next show. But you guys have heard me ramble enough. Choops, what do you say we introduce our guest?
I would agree with you on every facet of everything you just said.
Thank you. Well, tonight we are joined by a true standout in the Pennsylvania wrestling scene, Harleen Lopez. Harleen has been making waves everywhere she goes, and on November 9th, she will be one of 4 incredible women competing to become the inaugural Summit Pro Wrestling Queen of the Castle Champion. She's got a background in amateur wrestling. She's a dedicated vegan. She has a love for comic books and suplexes. Harleen truly enables the spirit of today's dynamic, multifaceted wrestling world. She's competed for a number of promotions, including our friends at Bree Combination Wrestling, 3 Legacies Wrestling, and even recently competed for the NWA Exodus Women's Championship. We're going to dive into her journey and what lies ahead. So without further ado, please welcome Harleen Lopez to the stage. Harleen, how's it going?
What's up, you guys? What an introduction. What the hell? I never usually get that type of thing. Oh, sorry. I'm not sure if we're allowed to curse on here.
No, you can say whatever the fuck you want. It's fine.
Okay. Thank you. I feel like for this podcast, I should have been in my wrestling room, but like sadly, I'm nowhere near home right now. But this is pretending there's a lot of memorabilia behind me right now.
Man,
how are you guys?
That'd be awesome, Eric. I need a wrestling room. This is not a wrestling room. That's like
a man cave, right?
Yeah, I mean, because I've never been in that house, so I don't. So I see just the little sliver of space. Like, what else is in that room that you have there?
All of my wife and kid stuff.
In my actual wrestling room, there's a lot of like just stuff I collected over the years. So a lot of action figures, a lot of like chairs from events that I've been to. A lot of like the magazines that used to come out every month. I don't think they even still come out with those anymore. But like, I definitely just like a closet full of T-shirts like that can be piled up to like a freaking mountain at that point. Just a lot of stuff I feel like I don't need, but like I just cannot part with.
No,
hell yeah,
you need it all.
It makes complete sense. But we're gonna hop back in the Wayback Machine here. When we talk wrestling here at the Wrestling Junkies, wrestlers are superheroes, supervillains, and they clash, but they all have an origin story of some type. So Harleen, if you could just tell us about some of your earliest memories of pro wrestling.
Oh man, without getting emotional. So like wrestling has been like around me or like within my family for like even before I was born. So like I like to say the story where when I was in the womb, I was also overhearing like The Rock and Stone Cold just going at it on television, like in my mom's womb. So I just love saying that because that's basically what was occurring. All my life I was surrounded by it. And I knew that like from a young age, that's the one thing I wanted to do. I don't know why. I cannot put like a thing to it, but like just something about it just gravitated myself towards it. You know what I mean? So like from like even an early age, knowing that I wanted to do professional wrestling, I started to do everything that would like help me with it. So like I changed my diet around. I got into like amateur wrestling back in high school, all 4 years. I even tried for like college wrestling as well, but like they didn't have a women's team at the time because this was way before women's teams were even like a concept. But like everything in my life kind of just like revolved around wrestling somehow. I was kind of like obsessive for it. And right after high school, I went straight into training, and that is where I found myself originally at the Wrestle Factory that was connected to Chikara at the time, when it was at its height at that point, at least. There I was trained by Sonny DeFard and briefly Avery Good, and they're probably I cannot give them enough credit because those guys taught me from the beginning, like the bumps, like anything basic wrestling wise, they taught me because like. The early age, like back when I first started wrestling, like I feel like I was a baby flamingo learning to walk, getting into that damn ring, But like they taught me everything, and they helped me like just understand it more so, or like my body could be like more comprehensive to it. I feel like I'm just rambling at this point.
No,
But yeah, like
That's
wrestling
okay.
has always
That's
been
what
like
we
in
do
my
here.
life somehow. Yeah. Just somehow I just cannot escape it. Even to this day, like I just love it so much where it's like now I just want to fill up my schedule with a lot of bookings as much as I can. Learn as much as I can.
Yeah. And in doing our research, we can see Eddie Guerrero had a big influence on your in-ring style. Is there any others that kind of pop out to you that go, man, I really like what they did that you see yourself doing and kind of gravitating towards?
Yeah, so when I was growing up, there wasn't a lot of individuals that I kind of saw myself in, if that makes sense, where like I saw my like a representation of myself because a lot of the guys I did watch, it was like the Eddie Guerreros, the Kurt Angles, the Dean Malenko, like just the workhorses, because the way that they basically wrestled was what I gravitated towards, the technical wrestling aspect of it. But I never at that point when I was watching it saw myself like being them because like women got like it was hard to like put two and two together
Sure.
until I stumbled across a lot of like Joshi wrestling from like the 90s and from like with the Aja Kong and like the Miami Toyotas and like those individuals. I was just like, wait a second, these are women doing the exact same thing that these guys are doing. Why can't I do it? So like those are mainly like the focal point. I would throw in Chris Benoit in there as well, but like I get a little sick of like how I can approach that conversation. But like at least at the time, that's like those are the individuals that I kind of
1,000% sure. Towards. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I mean, it's been a busy couple of weeks for you. We know you've got a match, big match coming up that we're going to talk about here in a little bit. But this past weekend, you competed for the NWA Exodus Championship match. Tell us about this experience. I mean, we're seeing this resurgence with the NWA, and especially with them bringing in new territories and new promotions into their overall system. What did it feel like to have this, moment in time in 2024?
Right. So knowing at least my history with NWA, of like studying it and knowing it, I understand NWA is very much like a historical brand. Like it has like its name, it has like its story behind it. And so anyone that comes out of that brand or anyone that's able to like get on that show, I feel like I have like a sense of respect even before knowing who they are. When I found out there was something called like the Exodus almost brand division, like that's like almost like their not the show, but more so like just the newer talent coming up. I feel like that was like pretty dope because like honestly I didn't know that was occurring. I thought there was this like NWA Power and that was it. Like I had no idea there was this whole separate brand going on. And being in there with someone from that brand was like kind of cool because it was like very different because we both have different wrestling styles and we found a way to like clash, if that makes sense.
Sure.
And the funny thing about that is like me and Tiffany Nieves actually have like the same wrestling, like the same like level of how long we've been into it, like been in wrestling. So like I necessarily didn't see it as a threat. I saw it as more of like, okay, someone who trains differently, has a different style. This is a challenge for me. And I love challenges. Like people are intimidated by challenges, but I love that shit. So didn't go in my favor, sadly, but I can say that without a doubt, like at least coming back from the locker room, I am not upset with the match, if that makes sense. Like I'm proud with my performance and I'm proud of the effort that I did put into that match.
Let's keep talking about challenges here and how you're not going to shy away from one. Queen of the Castle tournament. So this is a huge event that is coming up for SWA.
Oh yeah.
What would winning this mean for you?
So I've said multiple times throughout like interviews and even like in my promos, like championships, at least at this time for me, I don't necessarily try to like that's not necessarily not like I don't have like a goal to like, oh, I need to hold every freaking title on the territory right now. It's not that like it's not about that for me. It's about quality wrestling for me. It's about quality matches and about putting on the best, if not the best match on the card that night. And that's the only thing I'm worried about. And thankfully I was lucky enough to get this opportunity because co-owner TJ Sykes, current Flying V, and soon defending champion, approached me with the opportunity, and I was just like, pick around some of your, local girls, why not? So I am extremely grateful for the opportunity, and whether if I leave that night with the championship or not, I can guarantee you that I will leave that ring that night with the best match on the card.
Yeah, and I mean, you're competing against an incredible, number of women here. I mean, we've got Danny DeVille, Taylor Brooks, and Abby Jane also in contention for the championship. For those that may not be familiar with the rest of them, tell us a little bit about what is it about these 4 women that we need to keep our eyes on as far as Summit Pro goes and this championship. I mean, it's not every day that we're getting a new championship, created for a promotion. So you get a moment to be a part of history here. How's it feel?
Right. So me and Abby Jane actually have a history because we both started at the same training school way back then. So it's 2019. And we went through the tiers and we went through like the actual advanced classes together. So like I've known her for a long time and I wrestled her multiple times. Right now we're even when it comes to matches. So I think we're like 3-3 at this point. And she doesn't hold back. She can look like, adorable little like rainbow sometimes, like oh so cute, giving some like cupcakes and shit. She does have a tough side to it, and I will guarantee that because every time I'm in the ring with her, she brings the best out of me, just like I bring the best out of her. So I am not gonna obviously sleep on Abby Jane. So the other girls, that night, the last event for SWA was actually the first time I met them. So honestly, I didn't know anything about them. I can tell that Danny is very much like one of the harder strikers, so I can guarantee you I have to make sure I don't leave there with a broken, with a messed up eyeball. But like, and Taylor, she's a little spunky one. I'll say that. So a little loud, a little irritating, a little more irritating than I can be in there. Like it kind of like makes my ears bleed at times. But I don't know. Like I know Abby Jane's probably gonna be my biggest threat in that match, but at least the other 2. I'm not terrified of them one bit. But they do have
love the energy.
I will say that. They do have potential. They're still new and they do have potential. As nicely as I can put it. When it comes to both this match and anything that has to come with them in the future.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So next question will come actually from the chats here. Mr. Cincinnati, can you pull that up for me, please?
Sure can.
So Nick asks, who is your dream opponent, both alive and no longer with us? If you could pick both sides of the spectrum.
World's your oyster.
Oh man, that's a heavy question because I get asked that a lot and it changes every time. Man, dead or alive, I feel like if it was dead, I would say definitely China because I want to see how our styles would clash with that. Because she did wrestle some of the guys, and when she was with like Lita and stuff, she was like challenging her. At least when I saw she wrestling Lita, like she was challenging her as much as she could. But yeah, I honestly have no idea. I would say all the merrier at this point.
Yeah.
All right, real quick, I got to get into it because I mean, even in your Twitter profile, Twitter X, whatever the hell we're calling it. Comics seem to be a big influence on you.
Yes.
I love comics. So I want to hear kind of what influence that plays into your wrestling style. And then who's your favorite comic book character?
Ooh, okay. So like I was really big on like the X-Men series, the original, like the 95 ordeal. And Elektra before they kind of revamped her with the with the recent movie is like, hey, do you remember when she did this movie? Yeah. I mean the actual comic book version of Elektra. I was more so influenced by. I would say my favorite comic book character was at one point Harley Quinn until a lot of the movie industry kind of overdid it. It's probably the best word for it. But yeah, this combination of those three, Wolverine. My influence with the comics and my wrestling, I would say more so any of like the comics that has like more of like a dark lore to it. I try to like gravitate like little elements of it, but that's still kind of a work in progress for me because I do, as much as I love comic books, I try to like differentiate the two with the comics and the wrestling. But at least like I'm trying to like pick and choose my my elements from here and there from wrestling.
I like it. And we're going to keep along these lines here. We started off talking about the memorabilia room that you have and just quite the collection that you've amassed over the years. What are, give us, like, if you can, like your top 2 or 3 favorite pieces? Like, I mean, we're talking natural disaster. These are the first things you're going to grab if you've got the opportunity to.
Natural disaster, god damn.
Yeah.
I'd probably be slipping and falling. I won't even get out there myself. Let's see. So I do have a signed, actually 2 signed autograph books from AJ Lee at one point when I first met her, because
Nice.
she was also like, I did mention the Joshis, but she was probably like the first representation when it came to like the promo work and the segments that actually like made me connect to somebody to like a whole different level. So meeting her and having those books kind of like give me every time I look at them, give me a sense of hope almost, to make sure that like whatever goals that I have for wrestling is like it's possible. So that's why I love that. That was a lot of shit, bro. So maybe I would say like the first memorabilia chair that I got from one of the pay-per-views that I first went to. It was like a Money in the Bank. I think it like I was gonna show my age here. 2013, I believe, is when RVD first came back to the Philadelphia area.
I was at that one.
That's where I love that event from top to bottom, even the pre-show with the Shield, like that event. For some reason, like it was just a different like air, like a different energy in the air with that show. Because even though it was like the PG era at that point, like it felt different. And maybe it's because it was in Philadelphia, it was the Philly crowd. But like whenever like wrestling was there at that period of time, it just felt different, and it was pretty awesome. Yeah, like those 2.
That's awesome.
Let me think of one more for you.
Okay.
No, there's a fun picture of me slapping Roman Reigns at that Money in the Bank. So as he's coming through the crowd in my Brian Dawkins jersey.
That's hilarious. I remember also with that event, I think like Bob Backlund out of all the legends randomly was just like having like a meet and greet like out in like near the concession stand. I was like, well, what are you doing? And he was all like gimmicked out, and it was just like it was kind of concerning. It was like, what the fuck? All right. I would say those, but no, those 2 were actually like one of the most like important items that I have in my collection.
Hell yeah.
All right, as we kind of wrap up here, with 2024 kind of coming to an end, what are your goals for 2025? What is it that you have on your list that I'm going to accomplish this over the next year?
2025. I said the same thing for 2024. I just want to be a valuable talent and a valuable asset to whatever promotion and company that I am at. Doesn't matter, because the independent wrestling scene here is kind of small, but like we try to make the best out of it. So it doesn't matter like if it's BCW or it's one day GCW. It doesn't matter who it may be. I just want to be a valuable asset to wherever I go, and I want any fan that decides, hey, like I kind of dig her, to find that connection with me in the ring the same way that I found connection to a lot of these wrestlers growing up. But also I want to have more of like a healthy balance when it comes to managing myself, because this year was like a lot, to the point where like I had to like kind of like step away for a few weeks, almost like a month at that point, because like I was just getting I'm still trying to get my degree and stuff, so like I needed that healthy balance to like not lose my mind, basically, because like wrestling is amazing, but sometimes a lot of a good thing can also be a bad thing. So just prioritizing mental health as well.
Totally understandable, and it's good that the self-awareness of knowing that has to be a priority in what you do is super important, and it's good that we're starting to see a little bit more of that in wrestling right now. This is probably going to be the hardest question that you're going to get this entire interview. We ask this to every guest that comes on for the first time here. We just need you to settle a little debate that the podcast dad and I have. When you hear the moniker Mr. WrestleMania, is it Shawn Michaels or is it The Undertaker?
Ask it one more time, but I was gulping really freaking loud there.
When you hear the name Mr. WrestleMania, is it Shawn Michaels or The Undertaker?
Shawn Michaels or The Undertaker? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Oof. When I think of Mr. WrestleMania, how can it not be Shawn Michaels? Yeah, I'm sorry. Because listen,
Hey, I needed a win this week. Okay, the Eagles beat the Bengals. This is the most that I'm gonna get this week. All right, so yeah, okay. Well, blow it out your ass. All right, it's just I get it. Harleen,
Hey, listen, the
that is
Undertaker
what I
still
wanted
had
to
a
hear.
memorable run when it came to his streak, but the second
Yes.
that Brock Lesnar came around twice at that point, and Roman Reigns kind of it kind of diminished it a little bit. I'm not saying he didn't have phenomenal matches, because he did. I can name millions of them. CM Punk, Shawn Michaels himself, like I can. It's just I don't know. Shawn Michaels in comparison to Undertaker when it comes to WrestleMania, I think of it more so the quality of the match and how memorable that he made him.
Hey, that's fair. I'm not going to argue with our guest. I will argue with you because Taker is 2-0 against Shawn, just like the Eagles beat the Bengals.
Hey, Shawn still won the first Hell in a Cell match, so whatever.
Quiet down. Okay. All right. Quiet down.
That's all you.
Thank you so much.
Go ahead.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Where can everybody find you on socials? And then where can everybody see you coming up? I know the Summit show is coming up, but where else can everybody see you?
On social media, you can find me at Instagram, Harleen X Lopez. Twitter, I believe the same thing, and then Harleen Lopez everywhere else. I also have 2 merch stands, so that is on Brainbuster Tees and also on Pro Wrestling Tees. So please support your girl her last semester of college, please.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And
again, you can catch Harleen November 9th.
SWA. I am also going to be at Rebel Spirit Pro. That's going to be in Massachusetts. And this is any other link that you can find on my link tree that will be upcoming for November and December. I don't really look ahead that far, but I'm sure all the links to those tickets will be available under my link tree.
Perfect.
Awesome. Well, Harleen, thank you so much once again for joining us. Best of luck next weekend. Kick ass this final semester, and we hope to have you back on soon.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. Take care. And thank you again to Harleen Lopez for joining us. And thank you to everybody that's watching tonight. This is the 250th episode of the Wrestling Junkies podcast. And we cannot thank you guys enough for being along on this journey. How would you at least look up when I'm trying to thank our audience, please?
I am trying to get this match card pulled up, sir.
Okay, well that takes 7 seconds that you didn't need to do during the thank you. You know what?
Okay. I had to put in my password, and then I had to type in Crown Jewel 2024 because it did not auto-populate. I'll say thank you as you be quiet. Thank you so much to everybody out there watching this great champion, the podcast dad. Okay, see, this is what we deal with. Oh wait, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
You and your stupid tie. Go ahead. Johnny does it better.
Well, where's he been?
You fired him.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
Look who's here.
Love
it's little MJB. He may be in Wisconsin right now, but thank you for tuning in. Well, hey, it's a nice tie.
That's all I gotta say.
Can't just let my boyfriend say congratulations on 250 episodes and leave it at that, can you?
Thanks.
There you go. Yeah. Anyway, make sure you're following us at Junkies Pod on X, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, subscribe to that YouTube channel. What's that magic number, Chris?
1. Just tell one person if you like what we're doing here.
1.
Bring them on over.
It's not that hard. It takes exactly 7 seconds. I mean, say, hey, check out this new podcast.
Not even that long. That wasn't 7 seconds.
I know.
Yeah, it's great. Good job.
Yeah. Under promise and over delivered.
That's basically the show. All right, let's talk about Crown Jewel.
I'm mostly disappointed I didn't come up with it first. Yeah,
I know. I can tell.
Yep. Crown Jewel this weekend, 7 incredible matches. Podcast Dad does have that card up, I assume. So let's do it.
Let's start with the 6-man. Roman Reigns.
This is the last time I get to see you for another week, isn't it? Because we have no more shows together this week.
I'm sure we'll talk, bud.
I know, but not here, not where everybody can see it.
I'm sure we'll talk. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. We've gone longer. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I promise. Who knows? I might pop into the interview tomorrow. Never know.
Hooray! All right, cool. All right, let's do it.
Roman Reigns and the Usos take on the Bloodline: Solo, Sikoa, Tamatonga, and or Tangaloa, and or Jacob Fatu.
Was this match mentioned on Raw at all last night? I think this was just like this was announced like on social media after.
I don't know if it was mentioned on Raw,
yeah.
but I know I saw it on social.
Okay, yeah, I didn't. I mean, because I knew that they were telling a little bit that story last night of basically trying to get Sami back into the fold now, and they see, cut to Sami talking to Solo. I mean, let's be honest, there's really nothing to worry about there. I think everybody and their mom knows that. It's just kind of a preemptive strike by the Bloodline 2.0. But yeah, as far as this match here, yeah, I think the Tongans need to get the win here.
Yeah, give me the Bloodline. Bloodline wins. Then we get the Sami coming out to help at the end of the show.
Massive pop.
Probably not the end.
Oh, you think this main event's? Oh, okay.
No,
that was gonna be my
maybe. Who knows, man?
Let's not say no to it.
Who knows? It could, because they could open with the champion versus champion for a meaningless title. I mean, last time they had a championship, not championship match, but a match for a championship, an inaugural championship. It was AJ and Rollins, and that opened. So
that's true. Yeah.
Who knows? Fatal 4-way for the women's tag. Jade and Bianca take on Damage Control, take on Meta-Four, take on Chelsea Green, and Piper Niven.
I'm excited about this one just because any one of these teams could walk out with those titles, I think, this time. I know that we're talking about the, when is this split going to happen with Jade and Bianca, but we've also seen they're not afraid to take those titles off of them if the right story comes across here. Mm-hmm. And I mean, you can make arguments for all of these women to take these titles right now. I mean, Chelsea Green, we just gave her flowers last week in spades, and she retweeted the our love for her. Piper Niven, again, is just a certifiable badass that, again, WWE is so lucky to have her. Damage Control, they're the pillars, especially, having kind of, lost Dakota Kai and Asuka and still managing to maintain the tag team there. But again, this is a big opportunity for Lash and Jakara. I mean, they're going to be the only NXT talents on this card, international PLE. I mean, it's a time for any one of them to shine here.
So who are you going to pick?
I mostly went through all of that hoping that I would come up with a guess by the time I was done with that sentence, but I'm just gonna stick with the status quo here. I'm going to say Jade and Bianca.
Okay, give me the Meta-Four.
I like it. Okay.
Let's shake it up a bit, man. Let's shake it up.
Scandalous.
Let's shake it up a little bit. Give me the Meta-Four. I think they've done some great work here lately, and NXT could benefit. I think so.
They could.
That women's division is getting packed, so there might be some challengers down there that they can defend these titles against and tell some stories against. So, give me the Meta-Four. United States Championship on the line, which is weird to say for a Saudi show, but LA Knight will take on Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. Yeah. And LA Knight walks out, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no reason to rock the boat with him right now. I mean, as we start to look ahead towards February now, Indy and kind of what his plans are. I mean, they're not as cut and dry as it seems like we've been able to put together for most people here. Love Andrade, love Carmelo Hayes. I don't know if this is the time that you change this particular title.
Nope. I would agree. I don't think it's time yet. I think you give LA Knight the win here. Let them keep kind of getting through this. I wouldn't be upset if Carmelo Hayes won. I will say that, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I think that Andrade is the least likely of these three to
defending
walk out with the title here. Yeah. Well, I mean, not necessarily defending. He's reigning, yeah. Well, but they're still in the tournament phase right now.
They are in the tournament. Braun Breaker's going to win that. Be the dual champion. See, I'm paying attention. Are you? Randy Orton will take on Kevin Owens. Probably a big win for Kevin Owens here.
Yeah, no, Kevin needs to get the win here. This just kind of cements the whole mental break, I guess, is what we'll just call it for now. And Randy, again, also needs the loss because now he needs to start to think about, is this, is me being aligned with Cody really helping me out? It's just gotten me another loss on pay-per-view. He's been doing a lot of that this year since he came back.
Yeah, no, I think Kevin Owens wins, and like you said, kind of earns his shot. I would say at Survivor Series to take on Cody.
Yeah.
Another big match. Seth Rollins takes on Bronson Reed. I think Bronson Reed needs this win.
He has to win this match. There's just no. I don't think. I mean, the alternative just should not exist in this case. I don't think. I mean, with everything that they've done over the last, especially in earnest over the last, 4 to 5 months to make him a certifiable badass monster, taking Seth Rollins off TV before, he has to follow it up with the win here, or else it's for naught. I mean, here's your chance to build another monster. I mean, I'm hoping that we're going to see Bronson Reed in the world title picture in 2025. This is where it starts.
And I think that's what it is. I think you need to give Bronson Reed the win to establish him as a top heel, and what better way than to beat Seth Rollins? I mean, I think this makes too much sense not to happen, but we have been fooled before.
Yeah, because I mean, I think that you can get a trilogy out of this: Crown Jewel, Survivor Series, Saturday Night's Main Event.
Sure, I don't see why not.
I mean, I think that's plenty of
plenty of it. Then does Seth win this one then? If you're in a trilogy, does Seth win then? Or do you want to do the rubber match thing at Saturday Night's Main Event?
I say we give Bronson Reed the win at Crown Jewel. If you run it back to Survivor Series, give it to Seth there. Bronson wins Main Event.
Okay. Liv Morgan will take on Nia Jax for the Women's Crown Jewel Championship.
It's just a no-win situation for both of these matches.
Silence says it all.
That's all. That's all it is because I mean these two have both been doing just magnificent work all year long, and now it's like, okay, we're doing this basically to appease it.
Yeah, who am I cheering for? I guess the fan. Who am I cheering for? Nia? I guess.
Yeah, I mean, just out of proximity to Dominic, it's
I don't know.
She's the de facto babyface here.
Give me Nia. Rio, get involved. We'll run that back, I guess.
Yeah, so that's I mean, that one has to end at War Games, right? Like there's just.
I hope so. God, I would hope so. It needs to be done. The whole Terror Twins Judgment Day needs to be done. Called it last night, by the way.
Called
with Damian Priest.
You did, yes, you did. Yeah.
Which is really unoriginal, but all right. For the Crown Jewel Men's Championship, I guess Gunther and Cody Rhodes. Give me Gunther.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go Gunther. I mean, at this point, Cody Rhodes is bulletproof.
He doesn't need this.
Yeah, this loss isn't gonna.
Captain America doesn't need this championship. But come on.
No, he doesn't. I mean, he doesn't even need to be in this damn match, but these matches don't need to exist. But
money. We all know that that's what it's about. I mean, we know that's what it's about. So
yeah, I'm still gonna bitch about it though.
I know you are. It's okay. Look, I think on paper, you get rid of all the other crap. On paper, this looks like a pretty good card.
Yeah, no, I would agree completely.
7 matches is a lot, but we've been.
I mean, it just seems like a lot for
cards.
Yeah, because I mean we've been spoiled, but this is also a 1 o'clock start time, so I can be a little bit more forgiving when during the day when there's an extra match or two.
Wow. Okay. All right. This is Saturday.
You're saying it is this Saturday.
Mm.
Who knows? Maybe I'll get Mr. Ramsey to watch it with me.
Or me.
Yeah, you count too. Fine.
Wow. After 250 episodes, that's where we are.
Oh, I love you.
Man gets somebody to pay attention to him, and now he's just, oh. No, I love you, Jimmy. You have classed this man up. Thank you so much. Eggs Benedict. Thank you.
Tom Collins too. Yeah.
Tom Collins. Look at this guy. don't even know him. He's wearing a tie. What a cutie pie.
Oh, did you just call me a cutie pie?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. You got any more plugs? I got to give my children a bath. I don't mean to pull the plug early, but
no, it's fine. I could. It's about dinner time anyway, and I don't know what the hell I'm gonna eat. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. 250 episodes and counting, Podcast Dad. It is always a pleasure to get to sit down and talk all things Squared Circle with you. Thank you guys for sticking along with this journey. We've got some incredible things in the works. Stay tuned. Continue to follow us at Junkies Pod on X, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We need your help to get there. We are at an even 360 right now. So again, tell one person, just one person.
Yes, please, just tell them.
Share it with them. Yeah, share a link. I mean, come on, with as many TikToks and memes and things as we all share with each other, we can share a great podcast here and there every once in a while too. And we're a pretty damn good podcast.
That's right. I'll share your thing with me.
Yeah. So again, tomorrow I will be joined by the Flying Fro, Michael Walker, still with Coastal Chaos Championship in hand, and I guarantee Hakeem will be nowhere to be found. And then I think we're no episode this Thursday. Podcast Dad's gonna do a little bit of trick or treating, and I'm just gonna sit and watch football.
Maybe we'll see how the weather is. It's supposed to rain.
Oh yeah. Come on.
What?
That shouldn't stop anybody.
It will. It stops toddlers. Hello.
Yeah.
It stops toddlers and then angry parents. So yes, it's still a school night.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, thank you.
We don't have kids, so we don't get to.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ! All right. Okay. Thanks, buddy. Can you just put that down, please? Like, just. Okay,
I'm sorry.
Like, let's just.
Is that better?
I forgot it was reversed.
It is reversible. That's right.
Legit. I think that is going to do it for us tonight. You're busy. I'm not. So thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow, brand new episode. Stick with us. We got some incredible things in the works with some incredible people, and we just have a lot of cool shit that we can't wait to share with you guys. So have fun, enjoy wrestling, be kind. That's the podcast, Adam, Mr. Cincinnati. This has been the Wrestling Junkies Podcast, episode 250. Thank you guys so much. See you tomorrow.